Good day, Chasko students and staff. I'm Tyner reporting from the WCUBS Channel 6 newsroom. Today's date is Friday, October 23rd. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may now be seated. Now over to Bonnie for current news.
In current news, prosthetics have come a long way since the first known artificial limb. A wooden leather toe was created for an Egyptian noblewoman nearly 3,000 years ago. However, though they have certainly become increasingly sophisticated and nimble, they remain extremely expensive, not to mention very industrial looking. The combination makes the situation extremely hard for kids with disabilities, even though that can afford the prosthetics are constantly explaining their condition to their peers. Now, thanks to 3D printing robotics from Open Bionics and Disney, youngsters that need artificial arms will never have to be concerned about the cost or the look. That's because the two teams have looked up to the creativity of 3D printed superhero bionic arms that are affordable, functional, and most important of all, super cool. The offerings that include Iron Man, Frozen, and Star Wars inspired hands that were developed in partnership with Disney's Accelerator program that starts up with products and technology. Angelise, what's the weather?
Let's go take a look at the weather. Today's weather is 75 degrees outside and partly cloudy.
Thanks, Angelise. For today's luncheon, we're offering cheese or pepperoni pizza and tuna fish sandwich. Today's birthday are Kathleen from Miss Teddy, Alana from Miss Cucciera, Noel from Miss Gossett, and James from Miss Van Straat. And now for our new special segment on The Spot. Today's report comes to us from Jameson. Over to you.
Good morning, I am Jameson, and I am interviewing Mr. Magoulis about how the stolen poles from the car loop. And so, the first question is, what's your name?
My name is Mr. Magoulis. I'm the assistant principal here at Chasko Elementary School.
Second question, why did we need the poles in the first place?
Good question, Jameson. So last year when I came to Chasko Elementary School and I started working the car loop, it was confusing for the students as to where they were supposed to go. So we thought that if we had flags that were visible, that the kids could see and also the parents could see in their cars, it would make it easier so that when we're calling kids to go to a certain pole, we can say the student's name and then go to pole 1 or go to pole 2. And then that way both the parent in the car would see and the students would see. So that's why we did the poles with the flags.
So what has been happening with them?
So what's been going on, and it started last year, the middle schoolers, they get out earlier than the elementary schoolers. And they walk in front of the elementary school, and what we realized was they were coming by and they were pulling the poles, the white poles, away from the poles that are cemented into the ground. And I was able to last year catch some of the kids doing it, and so for the rest of the year it kind of stopped because they knew that I was watching the situation. So this year Mrs. Diorio and I switched, and now I'm out at buses and she's out at car loop, and I didn't realize until weeks later that we were losing poles regularly. So now we're working on a plan to fix that.
So, do you know why they took them?
When I asked one of the students, he said, I don't know, I just wanted to take it. And then I asked him, what'd you do with it? And he said, I threw it in the woods. So, you know, I think it was just kids making a bad choice or bad decision. I don't think, I mean, they're just PVC poles. There's not much you can do with them. I think it was just kids being silly.
Well, thank you for coming over here. let me interview you.
You're welcome, Jameson. I appreciate it. And I hope you guys, once we're coming up with a plan to fix the poles, and be ready to keep those eyes out so that we don't have them go missing again.